Alright, plate guide. Now this involves tanks, healers, and DPS. This is a complete guide for which preferred slots I would recommend for you to craft and how you should handle crafting come Warlords of Draenor. So if we look at dungeons, the best weapon as a two-hander DPS class is from Heroic is 630. If it's lucky enough to roll Warforged, that's 636. If you're even lucky enough to get it Heroic Warforged with a socket, that's well nice and dandy. It's extra secondary stats since you can't gem primary anymore. 636, whereas you could craft a 655 weapon. That is huge. Out of anything you could craft, that weapon upgrade speaks for itself. So I was looking at all classes, all specs. What I recommend is every single plate user here. Blacksmithing is just really good. It double dips. It literally is the best profession for a plate user. There is no other profession out there that will give you as much as what blacksmithing can. Reason being, you can make shield as a tank and you can make a weapon, but there's more. You can also make a healing shield and a tanking shield. As you can see, look, there are two types of shields, one with int, one with strength. Same for one-hander. You've got an axe with spell power and you got an axe for tanking. See, there's even a sword for tanking. There's like all choices here. You have a lot to go through. Yes, there are maces and daggers. That's not something you need to worry about. But for now, plate users, blacksmithing double dips. Both weapons, shields, and full set of gear. We're talking feet, chest, legs, head, hands, waist, and wrists. You've literally got it all right there. What more could you possibly ask for? One profession to cover everything. Now, some of you might need to go for the Darkmoon Trinket. I'm not saying Darkmoon Trinket will be the best for every single one of you. I will have a link in the description below for Darkmoon Trinket link for both tanking, physical plate DPS, and healing. If you're interested in Darkmoon Trinket, that could be your number 3 or your number 2 in which crafts you should have. Also remember that cloaks are not a part of the unique equipped Warlords crafted free slots. Okay, so you'll need to go to your correct professions here. So if you're a healer, you're gonna have to run over to the tailors, get yourself a cloak. If you're a tank or melee DPS, you're gonna have to run over to the level workers. That's that. That's plate DPS, tanking and healing, pretty much in a nutshell. So as a DPS, I personally would make my weapon. As a strength warrior, plate DPS with a two-hander, I would personally then go and make a Darkmoon Trinket. So that leaves me with 2. If we were to do, let's say, quest the 4 of Nagrand and I get a 640 epic from one of the quests, you're lucky enough if you were to finish a quest to get a 640 epic, I wouldn't craft that slot. So if I went and got a chest instead, which was 640, I wouldn't make a plate chest. I would then look at legs, and then I would look at helmet, and then I would look at shoulders and boots and gloves, and in that order. Always try to craft the items with the biggest stat budget. Don't just make whatever, go for stat budget. You do this in that correct perspective, you're handy dandy come Warlords of Draenor. Any questions? Ask them below.